Was you scared when it was your first time? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got my mum back here for y'all.
What's good? What's poppin'?
I've been seeing some videos where people do like asking my dad questions you're too afraid to ask your parents, or asking my mum questions you're too afraid to ask your parents. Personally, I'm quite comfortable with my mum. Like, I'm not afraid of like asking her TMI questions. So I thought maybe if some of you don't have that kind of close relationship with your parents, then maybe like you can get some advice from my mum here, and we'll try not to cringe you out too much.
Oh my god, I'm so scared about these questions. Like, okay.
While we're asking her these questions, she's gonna be curling this little wig that I got. Freshly laid wig by Kriyya hair. I always struggle pronouncing these Chinese companies. Kriyya hair. You'll see the name in the title. They sent me this 22 inches body weight wig. I really like this wig, to be honest. Like, it's a bit shorter than I normally go. Like, normally I have about 24 or 26. But now that I'm having 22 inches, I actually like this length. I feel like it might be my favorite length because like it's not too short, not too long. My mom's gonna curl it for me so that we can get the waves back in, but I kind of want loose waves. I want it to wavy, not curly. All the details for this hair will be in the description box if you're interested. It's real good hair, good quality. It's really soft as well, and I love it. So we're gonna see how well it takes with the curling iron as well, so you can see how it curls. So yeah, let's get straight into this video.
Oh my god!
Alright, so
go on.
First question. I actually want to know this myself.
Really?
Why do parents not admit when they're wrong or admit that we're in the right? And you're a culprit for this one. You're always the right one.
I think that kids think that they're right all the time, just because when you're a teenager, sometimes you feel like you know everything already because you're growing up, you're getting all this new information, and you're probably more up to speed with technology and stuff like that and what's going on and things like that. For parents, you can sometimes come across like as if you know everything, and obviously parents can also come across as if they know everything because they're older, they've lived longer, they've had more experiences. Parents sometimes have this skill of being able to see things before they happen, and they have this sixth sense where they can just tell when something isn't quite right, especially when it comes to their child. They can kind of spot where mistakes could happen, or there could be a problem, or there could be an issue. So it can come across as if like they think they know everything because they're always telling you what not to do and what to do. It can be a little bit annoying for you as a young person growing up and trying to find your way, and you're learning things yourself and you want to do things, you want to try things, and your parents not letting you. You think you're right about certain things and your parents like, no, you're not. So it can be a bit of a struggle and a bit of a battle, but I think there definitely needs to be a balance. As a parent, which is something I'm learning, it is good to listen to your children. Tanya has taught me so much things. Like, she probably doesn't hear me say it often, but she does teach me things that I didn't know, and obviously she learns a lot from me as well, but I do learn from her. And I think it is important for parents to be open-minded to the fact that your children can actually teach you things, and you can learn from your children, and it is okay to not be right, and you're not going to always be right, because whether you're a parent or not, no matter how old you are or how long you've lived or your life experiences, you're not always right. No matter your age, you should always be teachable. I don't think parents should use their parent card all the time and be like, I'm your mom or I'm your dad and I know what's best for you, I'm right all the time. Because at the end of the day, we're not God. Definitely, it's understandable that it can be frustrating that your parents always think that they're right and they never admit that they're wrong. And I think for children, you should also understand that you're not always right, and there is still a lot more for you to learn. As you get older, you have your own experiences, you'll make your own mistakes, and you'll learn from them. So always also be open to listening to your parents as well, especially when they're trying to like help you avoid certain things.
I feel like with you, yeah, there'll be times where we argue about something and I don't think you're right, but then later on I realise that you're right.
Thank you, and that's on period, okay?
Only sometimes though, not all the time. Okay, next question. What is the best way to tell my mom that I have a boyfriend?
Just tell her.
I had a feeling he was gonna say that. Just tell her.
Just tell her. I don't think you should ever hide those kind of things from your parents, because God forbid if anything happens that is really hurtful, you don't want to have to go through that experience by yourself or feel like you have no one to talk to. And although you might have friends, you're all the same age and you're all quite young and still learning and growing, especially in a situation where you have a boyfriend. It's going to be a new experience for you, especially at that age. And first of all, why you got a man when you don't even know if your parents are gonna allow you to have a man. The fact that you're scared to tell your parents, or you don't know how to tell your parents, must mean that you are not sure if you're even allowed one. That in itself is not good. I think that if your parents don't feel comfortable with you being in a relationship at that young age, or don't think that it's appropriate for you to be doing that, I think it's worth you having that conversation with your parent and being able to understand from their perspective as to why they think like that before going behind their back and doing it. Well, you got a boyfriend now, so what can we do? You have to just tell them. All your friends and other people and strangers know. It's going to be heartbreaking to your parent that they didn't even know. So yeah, definitely talk to them and just tell them.
Okay, next question. Was you scared when it was your first time? I've actually never asked you about this, ever.
Oh my gosh.
You have to be honest.
I don't know if I was scared. I wasn't scared, but I was a little bit nervous. But at the same time, I feel like it was kind of a blur. I don't think I really like, it was like I was so naive to the situation. I didn't really like think it through that, oh my gosh, like I'm actually about to lose my virginity. Like I didn't.
Was it planned or was it in the moment?
It was a mix of both.
Did you know it was gonna happen?
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
It's so awkward because it's my dad that she's talking about, like, oh, I don't want to hear this.
And I don't think I really took the time to really think about if it's something that I really wanted to do right now. I kind of just went with the flow because I thought I was in love. Sorry. Did it actually touch you?
Yeah, my ear.
Sorry.
Mum.
My bad.
Wait, let me do the front.
No, let me just do it. Calm down.
Let me do it away.
Alright.
Let me do it. I'm traumatized, Mum. I can't. No.
It's fine. I'm not gonna make it curl all the way to the top. I'll just stop it here. Just chill. You can't be sick.
It hurt, man.
Okay. What was I saying now? Yeah, I don't think I really took the time to properly think it through. I was kind of just going with the flow of the relationship. I don't know if I really felt any kind of way. I was just like, oh, well, this has happened. It was painful. There was a bit of blood.
Ew, what the hell?
And I think one thing is that I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. Like I didn't discuss it with anyone. I didn't have anyone that I can go to talk about it, that this is happening or this has happened. I just experienced it like by myself and just carried on with life, and the next minute I'm pregnant. I think if I was to rewind time, I think I would have taken much more time to think deep what was happening and think, do I actually want to lose my virginity right now, this moment in time? And obviously having someone to talk to about it beforehand probably would have helped.
I've got a lot of what's the right age things. There's like 3 of them like that.
Okay.
So first one, when's the right age to start dating?
Personally, I think when you have completed most of your education. Say for example, you go to college, you might go to uni, you might not go to uni, you might start working after college. But I think the years where you are studying should focus on you studying, focus on what you want to do with your life, what jobs you want to do, what career path you want to go down. And then also, I think after that period or during that period, also taking the time to travel, go on holidays, grow with your friends, just do things that young people do without the pressure of feeling like you need to be in a relationship when you're only still getting to know yourself. It's just a waste of time to just be in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship. We don't always have to go through loads and loads of meaningless relationships in order to get to a point where you know what you want, if that makes sense. In this day and age, you're probably encouraged to be like, oh, you know, experiment, date around, date lots of people and sleep with lots of people and do all of that kind of stuff. That's kind of like what the world encourages, but I personally don't think that is healthy to go through all of those relationships and all of those situations and be broken so many times. So yeah, I think a good age is probably like in your early 20s or mid 20s. I think so.
That sounds so old to me.
Yeah, it sounds old to you now because you're 16, but trust me, that's not old.
Next question. What do you think is the appropriate age to start wearing makeup?
I didn't start wearing makeup until university.
But you grew up in a different era though.
Yeah,
so what would you say now? Like,
I think now a lot of young people are wearing makeup from like 12. Like I see people wearing makeup, like full face of makeup to school. And personally, I wouldn't advise that because you're so young, your skin is still developing, it's still going through puberty. Like to be putting all those layers of products on your face day in, day out from such a young age, it will take a toll on your skin. And if you're not like taking care of your skin and focusing on skincare and stuff is really gonna affect your skin. And also, because you're still going through puberty, you might be prone to acne and all of that kind of stuff, which everyone kind of has that stage where they go through. I don't know, me personally, I think that the later you leave it, the better. Skincare is what actually looks after your skin.
I feel like if you spend your younger years working on loving yourself for your natural beauty, then when you get older, it'll be easier to wear makeup without feeling insecure about your natural face as well.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Spend as long as possible just embracing your natural face, keeping your makeup minimal. You don't have to have a full face beat every day. You don't have to have a full face beat to school. As a child, you have so many years ahead of you to wear makeup. Like, don't rush it. Enjoy being a child. Take your time, okay? Makeup isn't going anywhere. Trust me.
Did you used to sneak out of your house when you was younger?
Do you know what? I didn't sneak out when my mum was at home. I would kind of go out when she's gone to work. So is that still sneaking out? Yeah, it's still sneaking out, but not when...
Not to extreme where she's actually there in the house.
I'm not like sneaking out the house at 1 o'clock in the morning, climbing through a window, down the ladder, out of the house while she's sleeping. Okay, Natalia's gonna do the front because she's scared I'm gonna not curl it properly. My mum worked so many different jobs. I kind of had a lot of time to myself at home, unsupervised. So I would actually use that time to go and play out, hang around on road, just be like roadmen basically. Just chilling outside, just gallivanting up and down the area. My mum would be like, don't go anywhere, don't go out, because she would somehow, some way find out that I've been out of the house. So yeah, she'll be like, don't go anywhere, and I still would go out. And if you watch my 17 and pregnant, how I told my Nigerian mum, in that story I was saying that the day that I met Nathaniel's dad was one of the days where my mum told me not to go out, and I still decided to sneak out and go to my cousin's house, and that's when I met Nathaniel's dad.
Surprisingly, I don't have that trait from me. I'm scared to leave the house if he wasn't here, because like, I think I'm just a responsible child in general, but I've never like snuck out in the middle of the night. First of all, I've never left the house without her knowing that I've left the house. I feel like if I was to leave the house and she doesn't know that I've left, I don't know if I'm just an overthinker, but to me, I think, say if I went out, yeah, and then something has happened to me, she wouldn't know where I was. Like, she would think I'm at home safe, but then I'm somewhere else. So if I said to her I'm going to Stratford, but then I actually go Oxford Street, I feel like if I'm in Oxford Street and something's happened to me, then she's gonna think I'm in Stratford. Like, it's just, I feel like if something's happened to me, it'll just delay the whole thing. She doesn't know exactly where I am.
Or even if something happens in Oxford Street, I'm thinking, oh, you're in Stratford.
Yeah, it's safe, yeah. It's more responsible and just saves energy and time. She just knows where I am.
Yeah, move to this side now so I can do this side of Nathaniel's hair.
Next question. Have you ever done drugs or smoked weed?
No. Those things have never appealed to me. I remember one time though, when I was about 9 years old, I found a cigarette on the floor. This is like near my house. I was outside on the balcony and there was a bit of cigarette on the floor and it was still kind of lit. And I thought, oh, let me try this cigarette on the floor. It was actually so disgusting. Probably not the best thing to do, but I was about 9 years old and I was like, oh, there's a cigarette on the floor. Let me try it and see what it's like. I picked it up and I put it in my mouth, and just the taste alone was kind of like the charcoaly taste. I was like, no. I just threw it back on the floor. I was like, I don't know why people smoke this thing. It's not appealing at all. Even till this day, I don't see the enjoyment factor of smoking. Even if it's like shisha, I don't see the enjoyment in it. Breathing in smoke and then blowing it back out, like, it just doesn't seem appealing to me at all. And I've never thought about taking drugs or anything like that. Those things just wasn't something that I thought, oh yeah, I want to experiment and try this. This looks fun.
Have you ever been rejected by a boy?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you deal with it?
Rejection is not bad, okay guys? It's hard, it's painful, but it's not a bad thing. We all go through rejection, even if it's not like a romantic situation. It could be work related, it could be friendship related. Rejection is a very normal thing. Don't feel like you're worthless or like you have no value because someone rejected you. A lot of times rejection is actually a blessing because it kind of pushes you in the direction where you need to be going. Don't feel like, you know, something is wrong with you when you experience rejection. Like, it's fine. Brush your shoulders off and keep it moving, okay?
What advice would you give to someone that's maybe been rejected by a boy that they like or something?
Girl, don't even sweat it. If a boy doesn't like you now, a boy is gonna like you later on in life. It's not that deep, okay? Don't kill yourself over it. Just keep it moving. If a guy doesn't like you and you feel rejected by that person, trust me, he's not the only boy on the planet. You're gonna go through life and you're gonna meet so many different new people. Don't worry about it. It's actually not that deep, honestly. It might feel like it, but it really isn't. Okay, I'm back on this side now, guys, because So I finished curling the other side. The whole hair's curled now. Are you brushing it out?
Yeah, I'm gonna brush it out because I don't really like it when curls are like too tight. Like I prefer it to be more loose, and I feel like when you brush it out, it's more voluminous as well. So we gonna brush it out.
I'm just adding a bit of mousse to kind of get rid of the strays. Do you talk about really awkward things with your dad?
I mean, not really.
Because you bring them all to me.
But even with you, I don't ask you awkward things though. Like a lot of the stuff I've asked you in this video, I've never asked you before.
Oh yeah, true.
Like, I think I don't really need to know. Like I feel like there's never questions where I'm like, oh, I need to know the answer to this. I feel like I kind of know already. Like,
yeah.
Like I've never been in a situation where I need to know how your first time was. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've never needed to know the answer to this question.
Because you're not putting yourself in this situation or thinking about putting yourself in this situation to want to know the answer to that question, if that makes sense. So I think maybe when you get to that point, as you get older, then you would come to me and be like, okay, mum, I'm thinking about doing this. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Natania's very mature for her age. She's been like that from when she was younger. Girl, bye.
But yeah, guys, we're finished with the hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you lot learned some things. I mean, I certainly learned some stuff. I hope you lot got some better understanding from this. Hopefully she helped with your question.
Also, the other thing I would say as well, if you don't feel like you have a relationship with your parents where you can talk to them, it's up to your parents to actually make the effort to do that. But you can also help them by being a bit more open with them and just asking if you can talk to them. Like saying, you know, mom, is it okay to talk to you? Like actually say that to kind of encourage them a little bit to open up and allow you to open up to them as well, and pray for them.
Once again, the details for this hair is going to be in the description box down below. Kriyya hair. I think it's really cute. Like it's really nice. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Bye. Subscribe to my daughter's channel. Y'all better subscribe to my daughter's channel.